myself. And I spent about 4 months trying to get them to use us. I talked about data segmentation, geocoding, data sharing, social media integration, everything that we think is like more advanced ways of approaching technology. The thing that got them, their hosts kept crashing, so their website kept coming down. NationBuilder does hosting, and that's why they went with us. So that like 95% of awesome features that we offered, that didn't really matter. What mattered was that hosting, we have better servers, and so they went with us. And that opened up a world to them. That eventually recruited about 500 volunteers in 2 days to run like advocacy and electoral and polls and stuff. So their website ended up being hosted on everything just because they had shitty servers. That's it. Personal branding comes into it. So if I go into a country and I'm like, hey, we have really cool technology, this trust really comes into the picture. So what I find is that opportunities like this, where you build a little bit of thought leadership for yourself, where you get a chance to sell yourself instead of your product, that is a great way to enter a market. So when you see here is my Twitter, my LinkedIn, and my website, they're very similar. Just like Coke has a similar branding element, I encourage every entrepreneur out there to ask, what is your brand? What does it stand for? What does it look like? So when you go into new countries, people are excited to work with you before working with the product. The product is secondary. Your expertise and in confidence in what you're selling, that comes first. So really embrace your brand. Any event that you can go speak at, how active you are online, what content you share, that's what's going to help you break into a new market. Some very specific challenges I face. Anytime I go into a new country, Mexico, Spain, Argentina, people want exclusivity. And if you're trying to acquire new users, exclusivity is going to hurt them. They might get you a large chunk of users short term, but then after that, once the market opens, they're going to own it. I don't want that. We don't want that. Our technology is based on participation and access. So that's one thing I face. Lucas and I have talked about this a lot. Language. Our platform is in French, Spanish, and English, not quite Portuguese. Even though Brazil is ready, they're one of the most ready markets to embrace new technologies. Our language is a big thing. Also, cultural norms and expectations. Our technology is based on grassroots organizing. You can do door knocking, phone banking, Twitter banking, all that stuff. In a lot of countries, people are not used to having someone knock on their door and ask them, what do you care about? What are the important issues in your community? Or getting a call and saying, hey, will you vote for my candidate? Those things are not really seen as normal, and that's been a huge factor for us. Also, the lack of connectivity. I think Argentina this year is going to break the 50% barrier of internet access countrywide. So if you're talking about technology, but the country itself has little access, clearly there's going to be a disconnect there. So just understand, there are ways around it though, right? Like we can get creative with it, but there are challenges nonetheless. Lastly, a few pro tips that I've learned along the way. Be patient, just nothing's going to happen in a week. 4 months, 5 months, understand what that relationship cycle looks like, and go from there. Just like anything, if I'm talking to somebody attractive at a bar, I gotta be confident. Same with international business. Know what you're selling and own it. Know what you bring to the table. Like the Spanish guys that brought us Argentinian business, it was all because a relationship and a friendship was developed. So make friends. The profits are not the bottom line, the friendships are. So use that. I already talked about connectivity, and that's where creative solutions come in. If internet is not really there, how do we make it work? Figure it out. And again, just don't be short-sighted. When you go into a new country, it's going to take time. It's going to take way more resources than you probably expected, but it can still happen. And that's what I got for you guys. And if anybody's curious to talk about it after or any questions, I'm more than happy to chat with you all. Thank you.